Hello and welcome. It is 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night. That can only mean one thing. It is time for Untold Chronicles Masked, our actual D&D live play. Let us see whether all of the tech is working. I appear to be frozen, so that isn't a good start. We can sort out this webcam again fairly rapidly. I've been having problems with my webcam, but hopefully that should be okay. At least we're audible. If it freezes, it just means I could just do stationary like that. Can't do stationary while talking though. Okay, so hello and welcome. Hello to our players. Hello to our viewers. Hello to people who will be watching this on catch up on. Oh, my webcam is really not having it. What is going on there?
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah, tech for you. Okay, well, we'll have to leave that for the moment. We will try and fix it in the break. So, as usual, we will be doing a 3-hour game, more or less, and an hour and a half into it, we'll take a quick break to refresh ourselves and stretch our legs. In the meantime, players, if you would like to introduce yourselves, who you are and who you're paying, we'll start off with Clay.
Cool. So I am Stuart, or Brook729. You've probably seen me quite a bit in the Discord channel there. And as mentioned there, I am playing Clay, who is a Forge Cleric.
Excellent stuff. And then we'll move across to Cayxl.
Well, this is new. I wasn't prepared to introduce myself. Okay, let me think.
You're now a superstar.
So, my name is Becca. I'm playing Cayxl. I'm a human artificer because I only play characters that cast off intelligence without the intelligence score to back it up. I'm very pleased to be here with you tonight. I look forward to our impending TPK.
You never know. It's been close to the last few games that have run for Untold Chronicles in the evenings. Then we move to, I'm going to get this right, Talita. Look at that.
Yep. Hi, I'm Tom. I'm human myself. I'm playing Talita, the full-blooded orc paladin, Oath of Redemption. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. And then finally, Baccan.
Yep. So my name's Jack. I'm playing a Aasimar Ranger who has recently got a new little kitty cat companion called Artemis. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Welcome along. It's been a month since we last played, so I'm super excited for this. And for you players, it's meant that I've had 2 sessions worth of time to craft this for you. So I'm excited to see my perfectly built story just be ripped apart and destroyed by you all. So it's always good fun to see it.
To the dredges instead.
Yeah, to see it just crumble. Hey, it's sandbox. You go where you want to go. I mean, we can always rapidly kill your characters off, and you can restart again back in the smoke. You know,
Oh, wow.
simple enough, done. That's a special GM's tip out there for you. Right, so without further ado, I want to say a quick thank you to Hero Forge as well for giving us permission to use all of their magnificent images from their website. We use them to sort of represent the players, but also to represent some of the NPCs as well. Many of the character images that you'll see are designed using Hero Forge, as I just said, a wonderful way to create your own custom miniatures, get them 3D printed. You can find them at www.heroforge.com. Please note that anything mentioned on the stream may not represent the view or beliefs of Hero Forge, a Cayxl Studios LLC product. Okay, so without further ado, let us delve deep into the world of Masked. Previously, I'm going to do a very rapid sort of recap. You have found yourself cursed, trying to find answers. You fell into the employ of a John Doe, a fixer of the smoke, who asked you to investigate some horrible deaths that were happening, attributed something called Red Berry Blight, horrible purplish pustules growing. You found this wasn't so much of a disease as an infestation, as strange mutated creatures were impregnating poor inhabitants of Slickside. You followed the trail, picking up a number of clues to a sewer system, and there you travelled deep. You encountered more different stages of this life cycle of this creature, and eventually, delving deep, you came to a chamber that had the progenitor, the queen of this, a mutated monstrosity of sorts, quite possibly mutated by much of the toxic waste that had been chucked down a well. You saw that the barrels were obviously from the Hatters Guild, marked for disposal, safe disposal. Climbing up to the surface, you came to an abandoned warehouse where you discovered a scene of disarray. It looked very much like someone. You picked up a number of clues along the way. By the name of Herbert East was experimenting here. He'd left one or two items for you to glean some information about what he was trying to do, but it looked very much like someone had come in here and abducted him by force, taking much of his equipment and his work with him. As you began to gather your wits and decide to perhaps travel back, you were disturbed by a number of members of the Bone Grubbers Guild, the Rag and Bone Men, that were illegally bringing some more of this toxic waste to this location. You refused to get it, and they went off, and you followed them, and they, not being able to sell it, abandoned it into the slick being the river. Then they went around their own business. So coming up with an idea to perhaps rest up and then head to the Hatters Guild to tell them about what is happening to their toxic waste and maybe uncover some answers, you went back to Cayxl's, a small apartment, and bedded down for the night. You had a successful long rest, and it is now where we find you, waking up in the morning, sore, your wounds healed though. Describe to me who would wake up first. What are people doing? We're just opening the scene with you all coming conscious.
Probably going to depend on whether or not it's a weekday, because if it's a weekday, then my upstairs neighbor Chris will be waking everybody up when he flushes his toilet and does his teeth ready to go out at about 6:30.
Okay. Is that Chris with a K or a C or a silent X?
I've never asked. I just know enough to shout it up the stairs when he's making a racket.
Okay,
Is
so
it that he's not actually called Chris, it's just what you shout.
I think it's fair to say there's a loud noise of flushing and maybe a little bit of swearing as the flushing system isn't really working properly. This, like a domino effect, disturbs Cayxl. I mean, it's almost like an alarm clock for you as you start shouting and the three of you start coming round to this noise.
We've talked about this, Chris. You can flush when you come home.
What's going on? What?
So sorry about the racket.
The pipes are rattling at the moment. as whatever waste going down there is perhaps a little too big for the very narrow pipes.
Well, this is a normal time to wake up, isn't it? I mean, it's time days are starting. We can...
That doesn't even sound like a very big one. You could have left that.
Shall we?
A very
Is it-
big one.
There's
Oh,
no consideration living so close to each other.
Wait, a big what?
no. Talita, you don't need to know.
What are the pipes for?
Waste disposal.
Oh. What?
Yeah, we're a newfangled establishment up here. But the thing is, they put it in once, so we're all proud of it, and then they haven't looked at it since. So it makes noises like that.
Oh, much noisier than a pit.
Yeah. It does have its perks, though.
Are you planning to eat here? Do you have anything in to eat, or are you a kind of go out, pick up some street food on the way to work kind of person?
All right. So I've got blue or yellow flavor.
Shall we go find
Add it.
something with a bit more substance? No. There's apps.
Oh,
They're
let's do-
lovely. No, they are. They're genuinely they're top notch. But if we've got a day where there's stuff, we probably just want full bellies, don't we?
Let's see if I've got anything in icebox. But
I just don't know how Artemis would feel about drinking that and all.
just,
Yeah, we should go find a butcher's or something for Artemis.
Yeah. Definitely just for Artemis. Definitely just for him.
Yeah.
But if you've got yellow and blue, yeah, just mix them together. Have a new flavour.
Oh no! Oh, you Philistine!
Oh, is that uncouth? Is it to mix them together?
No. First of all, you should know by now, yellow is limited edition, and that should be enjoyed on its own as a delicacy. If you're going to mix, you can do blue and maybe purple. They
Okay.
complement each other.
How
so
do you know this much about this stuff?
well. I'm a consumer.
Talking of consuming, especially this, give me a history roll.
Which one of us?
Sorry, I mean you're the consumer. I don't think anybody else
Oh,
had even come across
Whoa.
Zapped until or Zap until you. So yeah,
I find that so difficult to believe. But no accounting for taste. Okay, let's see. History check. Let's have a look.
Oh, my mother refuses to get the stuff in. It's quite inconsiderate.
yeah,
Is he,
brilliant.
19 AM?
I mean, you can't believe your luck. You were, I mean, you planned to go to the Hatters Guild anyway. The Hatters Guild are behind the production. It's a co-production between the Hatters Guild and the Confectionery Guild, to be honest. But today's the day, and you kind of squint at your, I don't know if you've got a calendar or a diary or some other way of keeping track.
That's how I'm always on time for work.
Yeah. Well, day or time. But you've realised today's the day that they're doing their special promotion. There is a golden tab out there. Whoever gets the golden tab, there might well be more than one, will get an actual tour of the Hatters Guild behind the scenes, the process of making Zap itself.
Yeah, I've seen it advertised. I mean, it'd be neat. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be neat.
I mean, you drink enough of it as it is anyway, so I mean, the question is, do you want to open up your remaining supply to see whether you've got a golden tab yet?
Is it cans purchased today or within like the last? Or the drawing is just today?
No, you're right. I'm an idiot. as a GM. The promotion. No, I genuinely mean that. The promotion starts today, so it's new can. So you're probably actually quite low. You might well. Don't want to put suggestions in your head, but you might have run it down a little bit so you could go out and.
Well, I have been giving them away to these people who don't appreciate them, so
Yeah.
I think I can stand to treat myself.
Cayxl, you're kind of talking to yourself again. Are you okay?
I think it's the amount of zap that she's drinking.
No, just this is my inner narrative.
So no,
you're saying
probably just read it in my expression as I like get up. You just see like the realization, and then I haven't got that many in. And then but it's new ones. You could buy them today. Oh, I could go out and get some of those. It's like a bright expression on my face. And then I'm thinking about how much money I've got, and then I'm thinking about how I should have gone to work again.
I also imagine you just like mumbling slightly.
I'm probably like humming like something.
Completely unaware that anybody else is there.
No, just think about something. Just think about a song that you hate getting stuck in your head, and that's what I'm humming.
Okay.
Everybody's silent, thinking about
everybody's now got songs in
their
their head. Courtesy of Cayxl from Masked via Twisted Narrative. You all have those earworms now. Okay, so it sounded like a couple of you wanted to go to a butcher's to get some meat for Artemis. If you've got any other duties or anything you want to do first, you can do. You can relatively sort of clean up. Have you got your own little sort of wash basin and sort of, or is it a shared one?
I've got a basin that you fill with I fill with, and I've got like running cold water in the apartment, but for bathing you're gonna need to go to the shared one.
Bathing.
Yeah, you might want to try that.
We'll do it tomorrow.
You know, it's probably early enough that nobody's in there. I mean, listen. I can't hear Chris anymore.
Yeah, the pipes are silent again now. The pipes are silent.
So you could even go and use the posh shitter if you want.
No, I'm more just got a hunger as well. We'll prioritize some snap before we rather than getting clean. Not that bothered.
You're going a little bit roboty, I'm afraid, Baccan. Just a little bit. Okay, so you gather your things up and you set out, and it's a similar day as it normally is on the streets of the Smoke. The ever-present fog, this smog, is clinging around. It's not too bad today. You can see 30-40 feet ahead of you different things, carriages and pedestrians walking up and down the street. It's that sort of clinginess in the air, the mist, and sometimes you get it's acidic, and you can kind of feel it on your skin. It's not that dangerous, or at least that's what the mercantile houses say. But you can definitely feel that little sting. Most of you are probably used to it by now anyway. So, first item of the day, are you going to go get some food? It was mentioned a butcher's. Is that the plan? Is it a plan to restock on Zap, or are you going to try and get them straight from the Hatters Guild itself?
No, everyone knows you don't go to the factory to buy the product.
Okay.
What we need to find is a little newsy somewhere.
Yeah.
Kiosk or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're basing this on, but are you perhaps saying that it's fixed at the factory, that all the hatters are opening up themselves and trying to find, so that they can then walk round the place that they work in and see on a daily basis? Because that makes a great conspiracy theory.
No, I mean, if I wanted a pack of biscuits, I wouldn't go to the McVitie's factory
Ah,
to buy one.
indeed. But I thought you were
Go to
headed.
Sainsbury's.
I thought you were headed to the Hatters Guild anyway to report these barrels.
I mean, we might as
Definitely.
well go to the Hatters Guild when I've won, so I can show them. I always talk about the barrels, yeah. You know.
Anyway, butchers, and you do
No,
you
Zap.
okay. You move. You're going to go to your most local one. There is a street seller that sells the pinch press, and he's got some confectionery from the Confectioners Guild, and of course Zap. He seems to be stocking substantially more of it since you started buying it.
Here.
Are we-
Yo. Are you
Come on.
doing the promotion?
What promotion?
You doing the gold tab thing?
Oh, yeah, the cans are marked, I think. Yeah.
So look at see if they've got the banner on the lower third that says they're a.
Yeah, they are indeed the promotional cans. You'll be pleased to know. He kind of looks at you. I've got most of the colours in. Which ones do you want?
You say most. Have you got pink?
Yeah, I mean it's your favourite.
I know, but you've never got it.
I know that's because you keep buying it.
That's not true. Like, oh, look, I buy everything on Monday. Expect you to have more in budget. Never mind. You got pink. Okay, I'll have a case of pink to
Right.
start with.
Okay.
Did you say case?
Yeah. They come in packs.
Or not like just a can?
No. Did you not hear? Golden tab promotion.
Yeah,
What?
but why would you want gold? It'd be terrible to drink.
Right. Okay. You find a gold tab, you win a tour of the factory of this stuff. Imagine how amazing that'll be. I bet it's like a rave in there. It's all neon. Smells of heaven.
Probably just barrels.
Oh, yeah, it's probably just barrels.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
a
you
good
guys must have
skill.
very depressing, pessimistic little lives.
I mean, it's a factory for drinks.
What do you do for fun?
Sit down.
Oh well,
I don't
I enjoyed
understand.
the festival.
Like so many other characters, I have no idea why I'm traveling with you guys.
Well, I do travel.
All
Hi.
right, just be quiet. Be quiet. Quiet. I need to focus.
That'll
It might
be
very
3
hot.
gold before you open them,
What?
please. Yeah, 5 silver apiece.
That's extortionate.
Don't-
It used to be that much.
I mean they've gone crazy, with the promotion and stuff. Everybody's after them.
Well, I don't see anybody else here at the minute.
No, don't you want them?
Yeah, I want them. It's me. It's me. It's
Yeah.
Cayxl.
I'll throw in a free
Wait.
copy of the pinch press.
Wait,
How
how
about
much should they be? How much are they normally?
They're normally 3 silver apiece, but they've gone up to 5 silver apiece now.
Have you got enough money for that, Cayxl? You got enough?
Wait a minute,
Check
you
the sheet. Hang on.
you haven't just put the price up yourself, have you?
No. I mean, there's no prices on the cans, so I mean, that whatever price we
Are
say.
you taking advantage of people? Because that's not nice.
Well, no. But I tell you what, I'll do you a special, okay? Because it's you, and you are a regular. Free pinch press, and I'll do them at the usual price of 3 silver apiece.
Oh, you're a sweetheart.
I am.
See,
Yeah.
now I know that you're doing me a favour like that. I'm going to get a case of purple as well. You see? It's give and take.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that's
You
good.
see, you give people a chance to be good, and good things happen.
Okay. So that's 3, and there's 6. So 3 6s are 18, and that is 2 18s, which is what, 36. So that's 3 gold and 6 silver. Is that right? For 12, obviously. That sounds awfully cheap. Have I got that
Yeah,
right?
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. You know what? Chuck us 2 blue. I don't suppose. I mean, I know it's long gone, this one. I mean, I know it's probably not part of the promotion. But if you've got a yellow, I would really, really, really kill for a yellow right now.
I mean, they stopped doing it because people didn't really want it, and he kind of he's on the street. This isn't a shop. He's just got a stall with a thing, and he starts rummaging underneath, and he pulls out. I've got one. Oh yeah, I've got one yellow.
Oh, you're a diamond.
He kind of blows on it, and dust sort of comes off it.
Yeah, don't worry about that. It gives it nice texture.
Passes it across to you.
That was the 3 gold, 6 silver then, was it?
Well, no, you've got the extra 3, so I'll tell you what, we'll do it for 4 gold.
Sounds about right. Here you go, man.
Okay. And he takes the money off you, and you've got so many of these cans now.
Guys, I'm going to need to pop back to the flat.
We've been walking for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to need to pop back to the flat. You can do whatever you like.
Oh,
Fine.
do you want me to just carry them for you?
No, I'm also going to need to steam open these, you know?
What?
I need to go through them.
What?
No. You know, come back. I'll show you. I've been part of these promotions before.
Come and go to the butcher's first, get breakfast.
Look, it's going to take... Look, you don't need to come if you're not that interested.
No, I'm interested. I'm just kind of hungry.
All right, we'll go to the butcher's first if you carry this shit.
Done.
Except for the yellow. I'm going to drink that now.
Yeah,
I don't think that still should be drunk,
What?
It's weird.
You're not entirely sure that when he said it was withdrawn because it wasn't popular, whether it was withdrawn because
she knows it. Just she's addicted to it.
Yeah. No, that is absolutely fine. It's good. Not far away. Next couple of streets down is a small row of kind of shops. You're in the neighbourhoods. There's kind of all of these small sort of promenades of kind of a number of shops, so you don't have to go particularly far. And there is a butcher, member of the Butchers Guild. You're familiar with this. And you can see that there are sort of hunks of meat on hooks outside of the shop, and then there's a nice display of meat in the window. And there is actually a half orc that's leaning perhaps more to his human side than its orcish side, but you can definitely tell that seems to be the butcher. He's got a white apron on, sleeves rolled up, and he's currently quite skillfully butchering what appears to be half a pig.
How hungry are we?
That's a good question. I think certainly. I think it's Talita and Baccan. Can you give me both wisdom saving throws, please? It's not so. You are both very hungry. The question is how are you reacting it? Yeah. So you're both very, very hungry, and you really, really, really want to eat.
You cut out a second there.
Sorry, you're both very, very hungry anyway, but you know you are, and you want to eat now. Not in the fact that you're going to sort of just start ripping meat off, but you just want to buy some of this and start having breakfast.
Talita. If I don't have much coin or out, but I do have this. I've got something that might be worth something. I don't really know. If I give you that, do you want to go get us some
No,
some food?
keep it. I'll go get us some food.
You sure?
Yes, it's fine.
Thank you.
I head in.
Yeah, he's
I need meat.
well,
Enough for 4 people for 2 days. And 2 pints of blood.
right. Oh, yeah, making some black pudding.
Mm,
Nice. Yeah, we can do that for you. What do you want? Do you want some salted or some smoked meat, or do you want?
fresh. Whatever's quickest.
Right. Yeah. Well, we've got some good steak here. Doesn't particularly spend much time trying to sell stuff to you. He kind of cuts you a number of like. Do you want T-bone or do you want sort of sirloin? Are you going for juicy meat or just big quantities of it?
Whichever's cheapest.
Okay, it's
We're
T-bone.
on a budget.
That's good. Everybody around here, this is not one of the better parts of the neighbourhood. I do good deals, and he kind of hacks a fair amount, a good maybe 4 or 5 steaks, quite juicy and thick. He kind of goes out the back and it brings out kind of a sealed sort of a ceramic jar. He says, "Be careful with this; it will spoil in a day or so. So get cooking with it sort of sooner rather than later."
Good
And
to know.
he wraps up some offcuts of fat as well. Says if you want to chop that up, throw it in when you're cooking it. It'll bind it together. It'll be beautiful.
Thank you.
He kind of adds that up, and it's remarkably cheap compared to Zap. That only comes to 2 silver. It seems that high-priced chemical nonsense is really expensive.
Boy, careful with that nonsense.
And you get the
I give
feeling.
him 3.
3. That's very generous of you. Have you moved in locally?
No, just passing through, but we might be back. This seems like a nice place.
Yeah, well, we have fresh deliveries every day, so we run a good, clean business here.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He smiles, and it's kind of wrapped up in seem to be sort of grease-proof paper, put into a sack for you and handed across. And yeah, that's breakfast sort of sorted for you.
I hand almost everything over to Baccan.
Yeah. Okay.
I keep a like a steak and the blood.
Okay. Very nice.
As you do step out with the blood in the jar, Clay is going to walk over. Oh, thank goodness! I was getting a bit thirsty. He's going to just pop it open and take.
Oh
a
no, no,
no!
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
which I suspect is probably not going to go too well.
I guess there's no water.
Yeah, you I mean, are you going to try and sort of stop him, or is it too quick? It's up to you as players.
I've got my
to
hands
decide.
full.
I've got
my hands full.
Yeah, no.
He takes it.
Clay is
Absolutely.
rather thirsty at this point.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fine. You take it and you pop it. I mean, instantly as it pops, give me a perception roll, because
This could be interesting.
yeah. Just give me a yeah. So as it pops, you know it's not water. You can smell something that's in there, and you manage to get it to your lips and take some, and then you realise it's blood. And
Clay's eyes shoot wide open as he looks over at Talita.
I mean, it's warm blood as well. It's fresh from the slaughter. It's not unusual that a butcher's will be selling blood. It is used in the manufacture of certain black puddings and the like. but it took you by surprise. And surprisingly, there's no ill effects. It doesn't make you feel any less thirsty. But unlike water, which makes you cough up dust, this doesn't.
Clay pulls it away. Nice little red lips now
hmm
as he looks at Talita. What did you buy?
So Talita's kind of staring a bit at Clay, kind of just processing what's happened. And his eyes are just fixated on his top lip.
Yeah.
Talita.
Yeah. What? Huh?
Why did you buy blood?
Well, it's a butcher's. You have to buy things, and I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, here you go.
You guys are so weird.
There's the one
Cayxl.
slurping from her can.
I think I might take some of that zap right about now to get rid of this taste.
Yeah, it's not. It's different. I'm assuming you've never drank blood before.
I don't think it's come up in Clay's
So
past now.
I mean,
Never
it's
Stuart, because
if
you have a different answer.
if you've ever had a tooth extracted or bit your lip or tongue, that's exactly what it tastes like coming out of there. It's kind of a metallic. It's not vastly unpleasant, but it's just strange and different. And certainly with whatever curse is upon you, Clay, it doesn't enact that curse. And at the same point, you don't feel like this is the most beautiful thing you've ever drank before and you want more of it. So maybe some zap is a good idea just to wash it out of your mouth.
As if I can convince Cayxl to give me any.
Mm.
Good luck with the yellow one.
Oh, what? It's not going to be the yellow.
No.
And whilst this is going on, Baccan and Artemis are going to be sharing a steak like Lady in the Tramp. So just we've got a side each and just sort of chomping our way through it.
Yeah, this is yeah, you all see that going on as well. Yeah, Artemis is loving it, and so are you. This is raw meat, and it tastes so good. Doesn't help you at all, Talita, that this is a juicy steak and it's raw and blood is slurping out of it.
This is lovely. Cheers, pal. This is I think we're both enjoying this one.
Good.
God, what?
Good.
Cayxl.
Listen, I don't want to make assumptions about where you guys are from, but here, people don't really tend to do this sort of stuff in the street.
Is there somewhere else I should be eating raw meat with my cat?
Cayxl, have you got anywhere to actually cook this stuff?
Yeah, we've got this is what are you doing?
I mean,
There's a kitchenette.
just bonding with Artemis, aren't I? It's fine. I was hungry.
It's just weird. That's all. It's just weird. I'm not judging. Other people might, but I'm not. But other people might.
Yeah, sod him. We'll be all right. Won't we, Artemis? Give him a stroke. Give him the rest of the meat. Right, should we drop this this zap off then, and then crack off to your Arters Guild? That filled a role for me.
I've not had any breakfast yet. I was hoping to cook some of this meat.
Yeah, you can do that, mine.
Right. Back to Cayxl's then.
Perfect. So, 40 minutes into the game, and you find yourself back where you started.
Listen. After last Thursday, this is amazing.
Yeah, this is progress. No, this is good. You've got how many? 12, 13, 14. You've got 15 cans of Zap, and you've got some things. And you are, I mean, certainly Baccan and Talita, you are feeling very, very hungry. So this is really useful. Clay, you don't feel any hunger, but you are thirsty, but you're not. It doesn't seem to be having any sort of negative effects upon you. You don't feel weaker for it. You just feel so thirsty.
Dry mouth and throat, and lips
Yeah.
are a bit chapped now, but no kind of not even like a hangover or anything where you get that from the dehydration.
Not at all. I mean, in fact, other than the thirst, and it's obviously having an impact on your complexion a little bit, you actually feel quite good. You feel quite strong.
Oh, go on, let's have some breakfast anyway, and maybe kind of that zap will help out.
Okay, so you have breakfast.
So the
yeah.
moment that Clay and Cayxl are distracted, Talita will just guzzle the rest of what the open jar.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a fair amount.
He's been absolutely restraining himself the entire walk back.
Yeah, and I mean, it tastes like nectar to you. It is the most beautiful thing that you have ever tasted. And you empty it, and so much so that you're kind of licking the lip of the bottle, trying to get the final bits out. And it sated you for the moment anyway. And suddenly all your woes, all of you know, your aches and pains and discomforts, even some of the bruising that you had upon you, seems to heal and vanish. You feel really good.
Talita's kind of it's that sagging feeling almost after a really nice meal. He's just got that small moment of just, oh, that was it.
Excellent. I say you feel good, and your senses appear sharp. The one thing that you do notice after drinking it, though, is in Cayxl's apartment. I'm imagining it's fairly dark. Have you got any windows, or is there any kind of natural light?
No natural light now. I live in a basement
Yeah,
flat.
no, that's what I'm saying. So again, you seem to be really comfortable here at the moment. We'll come on to your discomfort in a minute. Perfect. Okay, so you eat. I'm still quite curious. I shouldn't ask this, but I am curious. Cayxl, what are you doing with these cans?
So under my bed, I pull out two big rubber bladders, which have like what appear to be valves in the top and screw tops. And I unscrew one, and it's sort of the air sort of inflates it into a sort of box shape. I stand it up, and I unwrap my pink and open them all.
Yep.
Looking for the tabs.
Okay.
And each one I open goes into the bladder. And when it's full, I'll lay it down on its side, open the valve, and squeeze the air out of it. And then reseal it and stick it in my icebox.
Excellent.
And then I'll do that again with the purple with the second bladder.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to take the two blue with me because I've only got the two.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did I find a tab?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh,
Unfortunately
never
not
mind.
at the moment.
can I have
Okay.
one of them, Cayxl?
Wait a sec. I open one of the blue. Is it gold?
No.
No, I pass him that one.
Oh, thank you.
Cayxl, did you have those made? They're very big.
They're for parties and stuff.
Oh.
I think you go to different types of parties than I do.
Hey, do you go to parties?
Well, we have gatherings.
Aha. If you call it a gathering, it's not a party.
Oh, we get together and have a bit of fun with other clerics and priests and such. Yeah, it's
Oh my, it's definitely not that kind of party.
all right.
Cayxl's sort of like grinning cheekily.
Clay thinks back. Oh, sorry.
I delivered a baby the other day. Is that sort of a party? There were people there and that.
Well, it's definitely cause for celebration.
Yeah, we're just in side alley. So everyone were quite happy. So I think that's a party, right?
I mean, that's not
Oh.
really happened at any of the parties I've been to.
I
Or
feel
gathering,
so
sorry.
sorry for you guys. I must
Why?
be really not cool enough to be in my flat.
Clay just thinks back to some of the gatherings that he's been to with the religious people and just remembers how drunk they tend to get. And it's how crazy some of the nights tend to end up being. Despite
Cayxl's thinking back to the last party she went to and wondering how she left with all of her limbs intact.
Yeah, we have different parties.
I don't get to too many parties. And travel a lot.
Well, why don't after we've done our odd jobs today, we could have one, couldn't we? We could have our own little party.
Where? Here?
My house is busy at the moment, so yeah, probably yeah.
My place is too small. You won't overfit.
I'm technically only supposed to have 2 people over at a time. If Chris finds out, I'm going to get told on.
Well, I doubt he'll find out as long as you don't shout about it. Talking of parties, though, there's one at the end of the fair, isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah, I think so. Some guy I met with dinosaurs, he gave me a ticket.
All right. Well, let's do this hat stuff. We'll try and find a tab, and then we'll go to a party.
Yeah, the party, the end of Carnival of Dread party's not for a couple of nights as yet. But you've got your tickets. To be honest, it seems like forever ago. What does the ticket say? Because I actually made the tickets.
It's in my inventory
Yeah.
at the moment. An invitation to the exclusive end of fair party, stamped into a thin gold sheet.
Yeah.
So these people are looking for gold already in this.
When you said gold just then, my ears just involuntarily perked up.
While the value of the gold is 10 cogs, the value of the ticket is priceless.
Yeah.
It is a 4-person family ticket.
Have you got anyone in mind for you taking your family, or can we hop along?
Well, depends how next couple of days go, doesn't it?
Wow.
I respect that.
No, you should take your family. They'd probably really like it.
I might need to take my family. They might not be talking to me otherwise.
Oh, well, that'll be sad.
Wow. I hope you've got a backup character.
Okay.
Someone without family.
So, with that, I mean, Cayxl's been so nice to you, giving you all of these zap drinks as well. I can't believe that you.
3 silver.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, dwarves for you, really. The Ironhearts.
Selfish little bastards.
If I can make a few cogs out of this.
So, one is assuming now that you have checked out many of your cans and eaten and refreshed yourself, you are going to go about your business, which I believe was to head into the Splendor itself and go to the Hatters Guild. Is this correct?
Yarp.
Yep.
Awesome. So let us have a look at the map of the smoke. Here's the map of the smoke. I can share this with everybody again. I keep forgetting I've got a set of players here, so I put it up on the screen for the viewers to look, and I forget to share it with the people who really need to see it. So I believe we said that Cayxl's apartment is in the neighbourhood somewhere here. To go to the Hatters Guild, you are going to have to head towards the sort of Splendor area here. It's not actually too far or too bad to need to do. You've got a choice though. You can obviously walk, you can take a carriage, or you can use the rat run. It just depends whether you want to save time or spend a few coins. That is it really.
How wanted are we at the moment?
It's
Seriously, we have
interesting.
to-
You kind of, I mean, in all honesty, you don't really know. You know the peelers were looking for you. Now, whether they've forgotten about it or whether, people of importance have put a warrant out for you, depends whether they're searching you. And then there's also this mysterious Order of the Flame. And that is an unknown entity as well. So it is difficult to say. No one technically knows where you are at the moment. You've just walked around this small area of the neighbourhoods. So for the moment, you think that you should be able to walk around. Don't forget, this is also the smoke, so there's always this pervasive smog about, which cloaks you all wonderfully.
I
Should
think
we, should we get a rodent?
we can do. Be a
Can
bit quicker.
anyone spot me a bit of cash? I left all of mine at home.
Well, we
Sure,
can
no problem.
swing by your house if you want.
No, it's massively out of the way. Talita, if you can, that's very kind of you, pal. Thank you.
I give you 5 gold.
Wow.
Oh,
That's very kind of you, pal. This is a lot, isn't it?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Well, I'll look to repay you soon as I get back to mine. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you.
Hey, don't worry about it.
So I guess where's the nearest station and what's the ticket situation like? Is it like a day ticket, or are we paying per trip, or
Yeah.
card, or what?
Is that a question to me or to the rest of your company?
It is to the DM in my head, Andy.
Okay, that's fine. So the whole of the smoke is infested with stations.
Oh, the smoke is in zone 1. Oh crap! That's
Yeah.
so
And you can get single returns. You can get day tickets as well, depending on how much you're traveling. I mean, it is one of the wonders of the entire world. The first proper underground system, propelled. The carriages moved by rodents of an unusual size, cybernetically controlled. It's a wonderment. And the station's fairly close, just a little further past the butcher's where you got your meat from.
let's go.
Yep, okay. So I don't believe I'm asking this, but I'm going to say to you as players, to give you some narrative agency, what is the name of this station as you make your way towards it?
Oh, crikey.
I'm not putting you on edge there. I'm just giving you a little bit of narrative agency. If you can't think of one, it doesn't really matter. But you get to name this station that is close to the apartment that belongs to Cayxl.
is it effectively where the start of the arrow was? So kind of between the neighbours and the squalor area.
It's in the neighbourhood, so the neighbourhoods is here, and then there's the squalor here. It's just a little bit further in. You can come up with it in a little while. Don't feel that it is a rush. If there's any suggestions in chat, feel free to throw that out there as well.
Help.
But you come to
Figures
the
out, inspiration. My closest station down here is Turnham Green.
Turnham Green. I mean, Turnham Green is a good name. Why not?
Equidistant between Turnham Green and Chiswick Park.
And of course, the reason why it's called Turnham Green is because there's a particularly horrific bend coming into the station, and quite often the carriages go onto 2 wheels, and quite often the passengers get turned green and sort of lose the contents of their stomach. see, narrative agency. So Turnham Green is the name of, yeah, absolutely, the name of that station.
That was very quick thinking there, Andy. Nicely done.
Hey, what can I say? I gave you a degree of agency, and then I like to twist it to my own.
What do you think? And I'm like, my closest tube station.
Yeah.
Turnham.
That's perfect. This is how telling a cooperative story works. So
It's fine, Cayxl, if you just want to dox yourself there.
you get to it, and this is also an interesting one. Out of your characters, I'm just curious, who would have used the rat run before?
I get to work on the rat run. Well, I used to when I had a job.
Yep. So you're used to this. How about the rest of you? It's
Clay
I was going to say it's a very common thing. So if you spend time in the city, it's not like it's an unusual thing to have used.
I think Clay's used it occasionally. It's not a regular thing, but he's not got a problem using it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would have. Like, I probably haven't used it because I probably haven't been able to afford to. But I've knocked around enough to know that what it is, and like I said, I've seen plenty of people use it and stuff.
Yeah. Perfect. Talita.
Definitely used it. Travels a lot, kind of moving for different parts of the city to kind of escort people in and out and stuff.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Yeah, as I say, so you're used to it. You kind of go in, it's busy. A lot of people are using it. You all buy basically a day ticket. It costs you only a silver for a day ticket. This allows you, certainly within the squalor, the neighbourhoods, and the splendour, even going as far as Slickside and Greenstone. If you want to go to the outer reaches, it will cost you slightly more. But it will get you transport for the day from station to station now. And then there's the descent. It's a long way down as you move down stairs after stairs. This is the neighbourhood, so whilst there is a moving staircase wound with gears, it quite often is just not working. Something that is a constant disappointment to maybe some people in the party. There's no reason why it shouldn't be working, but you move down, and there seems it's kind of strange that there's almost a hive mind between all of the passengers. There's people who walk down on the right and walk up on the left, and there is a rage that comes down upon anyone that is seen to be disobeying that unspoken or unwritten rule. And then eventually, after a number of flights of stairs, you get to the platform itself, dimly lit, and after a few moments passed, you feel the train first before you can even hear it. There is a change in pressure and a wind, and then there's the noise, and then you see this enormous rat implanted in its head, this sparking device. The rat soon disappears into the other tunnel, and the carriages arrive. And yes, not for the first time, a couple of the occupants leave the carriages. One of them has unfortunately spilt the guts in that carriage. But there are a couple of clean ones for you to go into. Time passes, you go through a number of other stations, and very, very shortly you arrive in the Splendor. It's the same process as you leave the station. The nice thing about this is that there's kind of a grand central station in the Splendor where there's several different routes and they all converge on it. And as you make your way out of the burrows and holes and up the stairs, you come into this glorious auditorium, beautiful, of steel, iron, and glass. It's a beautiful piece of architecture, and you know that you have truly arrived in the splendor. From here, provided there's nothing that you particularly want to do, it doesn't take you very long to move towards the area where a number of the guilds kind of operate from. Not all of the guilds, but many of them. You arrive and you can see the Hatters Guild. All of you are familiar. It's a strange looking building or set of buildings. A number of them have been damaged and repaired and damaged and repaired and damaged and repaired. So much so that quite often it's said that the original building doesn't actually exist anymore. It's been repaired so many times that there's none of the original bricks or mortar or glass. The front of the Hatters Guild, though, has nothing to do with alchemy. It is display upon display of various different hats and other types of headwear, including masks for masquerades and the like. And there are one or two salesmen and women moving around, shouting out, peddling their wares. You have arrived at the Hatters Guild. Well done. What would you like to do?
Yay.
So, what would you like to do?
Right, are we just plans just to go in here then? Is it? And are we just telling them everything that we know? Who do we trust this place? I mean, I don't really know what crack is around here.
Well, I think they probably need to know about what's happening with their waste, don't we?
Aye. And these, do you know that they're not trouble either? These lot, like if we tell them we're not going to get into trouble or out.
Well,
I don't see why we would. We haven't done anything wrong.
Okay, well I suppose we pop in then, don't we? And just I don't know, just tell them, and then we'll go for a party.
Well, we need to go back and see the John, but and maybe find out where that guy was taken to. You know.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Good point. All right, well I suppose we start here, don't we? And then crack on.
Okay. You get the attention of someone, and he walks out, and he's human. He's got a very thin sort of moustache, no sort of hair on his chin. His hair is kind of slicked back, and he's obviously wearing a hat. He's dressed in a very expensive looking suit, and he's kind of got a smile that you know will probably try to sell you something. He moves forward. Look at you all. Hello, my name is Trilby, and how may I be of service to you today?
well,
Hello, Trilby.
Hello. Is it something for your face or something for your head? We have got a new range of hats from the New Frontier. They are very popular at the moment.
I think I've seen some of them going round.
Mm.
Yeah. No, this we want to talk about something a bit more important, perhaps.
Important than
regarding-
hats?
Well,
Important than hats?
I think maybe less important than hats per se, but
No, it's definitely more important than hats. But I think you'll agree.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. Their hats are pretty high up on my levels of importance.
I see what you did there.
Well,
you know you do all those like experiments and things.
Well, I mean, obviously we are
You
well
make all
learned.
sorts of like chemicals.
Well, which comes first, the chemical or the hat? I mean, I guess it is the chemical, but we kind of learnt the process of chemicals or alchemy in the making of the hats. So kind
Yeah,
of the
well,
hats.
Trilby,
Yeah.
you know when you make the chemicals and there's some stuff left that you don't want.
Yes. There's always side waste.
Yeah, you know how that stuff's probably dangerous.
Oh, indeed, terrible stuff. I mean, we did find a side use for some of it for that drink that we've started put into the market.
Oh, that's smart. That's really good.
Hmm.
But yeah, so some of the more dangerous stuff, being sold by the rag and bone men and
Sorry, no,
and
no, no, they don't sell it. We pay. You've got it the wrong way around. We pay them money, so they dispose of it correctly.
yeah, and then someone else pays them money and they take it away from them, and then
No,
it's
my friend, you've got it wrong. No, we
well, we
pay.
have evidence,
What?
so we kind of thought you want to know.
What? This is. I understand. This is a shakedown. We've got some new hats, and you want some hats, and
No,
okay,
no, Truly,
yeah.
this has caused a lot of pain for people. You need to get some people to help sort it out.
Well, I'm just.
We can show you where.
No. I'm a hats. I sell hats. This is the you. You perhaps need to speak to someone more important. And there's no role needed here. He's totally taken in at your your story, and he kind of nods. You can do insight rolls if you want, but it's not particularly needed. Although someone wants to try. Yeah,
Like an insight roll.
he's genuinely. This is not what he deals with, and he can't help you, but he's genuinely wanting to take you to see someone who perhaps can.
Just out of interest, what's the name of the drink that you're putting on market?
Well, I mean, Zap. Sure. I mean, it's all over the city.
Yeah. And okay, no, that's yes, that lovely. And can you can you take us to somebody a bit more that probably we can talk to about that then, please?
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite exciting. Again, it's not quite what I do, but I believe there's a promotion been launched today. Everybody's excited by it.
Yeah, I think some people around here might be getting rather too excited by such a promotion.
Can
It may
one
be how
get?
much Zap can one person can buy.
Oh, wow, as much as they've got coin for, I guess. Anyway, follow me. And he kind of moves through all the different hats. There's kind of racks and spinners. There's even like a whole rainbow set of different colours of ribbons. And you can see people getting measured to have bespoke hats made. This is the Guildhouse, and it's a hive of activity. You're taken in through where all of the hats are sold and made into the factory itself, and up a set of stairs to what appears to be an office, and on the door with a plaque made of probably silver, etched in is the name Topper. He kind of knocks on the door, and you hear a word enter. The door is opened, and he kind of Trilby nods a little bit and goes, Master Topper, these individuals, they've got a story to tell, and it sounds very serious. I thought I'd probably best bring it directly to you. He's looking at some paperwork at the moment, and he looks up, and as he looks up, you hardly see his face. He's a halfling, sitting on quite a high chair. But the hat he's wearing is a top hat, but it's almost as big as him. It is just absolutely massive and black, perfectly made and polished. He has sort of mutton chop sideburns, and you do notice that his eyes are sort of sparkling blue, and he's got a winning smile. That'll be all, Trilby. If you would like to... Oh my, what is that? He says, looking at the cat that you have brought in.
Oh, don't worry about them. They're friendly. You'll be all right.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
People would judge you if you do what you do on the streets.
No, I quite like animals. Is it an animal? I mean, it's not one of your companions that has the ability to shift, is it? Yeah, that would be very rude of me.
I don't think so. I've only known the fella for less than a
Right.
day,
Well.
but I don't think so. No.
He kind of jumps off his chair and he kind of bows to Artemis. Welcome. It's always best to be sure, is it not? So many Fae about. Anyway, he settles back down. Please take a seat. Tell me this tale and let us get to the bottom of it.
What
Okay.
this look like? I'm trying to decide what my ADHD is going to fixate on.
There's a lot to look at.
I'm sure
What makes it even more difficult is that there are promo paintings of Zap and the different colours on the back wall of this. Some of the older labels that have been discontinued now, as it's definitely gone through a process of experimentation.
sure with the amount of Zap that you've been drinking as well, you are very much going to be buzzing a little bit.
Oh my god, I've not showed you guys my label collection, have I? I've got that one. I've got that one too, but it's not in the best condition. I mean, I was a little bit trigger happy when I got that can. It was just like, I needed it, you know? I needed it.
He kind of nods and smiles. I can see that you are a fan. And he kind of writes down something on a piece of paper, folds across and hands it to you. There you go. If you hand that in as you move out, you will have a free few samples.
What, right from the source? Oh my gosh! Oh, I'm never going to open them.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I would do with them what you wish. It's good to see someone who likes our product.
Likes. I mean, if I could be in a relationship with your product, that would be happening right now. You know that, right?
Okay, that was a
It's
little...
the greatest thing in the world.
So anyway, the reason we actually wanted to talk to you.
Yes, of course. Sorry.
Yeah, we had a bit of a run-in with some rag and bone men who were
Right.
selling the waste that comes out your factory.
The Bone Grubbers Guild.
Yeah, that's the fellas.
Okay. I mean,
And they were selling it to a man who's, well, maybe using it, or and it made something kind of really bad.
okay. I mean, these are very serious allegations.
I assume it was your waste and not someone trying to make waste that looked like it came from you. I mean, the barrels had your logo on and stuff.
I mean, it's. I mean, without maybe seeing it, but.
Well, we can take you there.
I mean.
Oh, yeah, we bought one, didn't we? We bought one.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, you kind of show it him, and he kind of looks. Oh, that's definitely bearing our mark. I mean, this is. Firstly, I thank you for bringing it to my desk. Have you spoken to anybody else about it?
Not yet. No.
No, don't think
No,
so.
I mean,
Right, so
why,
that's
why would we? It's your waste.
well.
know,
I
Best
mean,
to respect the guilds.
I mean, the city is rife with politics, and we are, you know, we are liked by some guilds and disliked for the others. And if word got out about irresponsible disposer of our toxic waste, it would do us harm. So, firstly, thank you very much for coming straight to the source, as it were. I appreciate that. Now, the Bone Grubbers Guild, this is interesting. We pay them a handsome fee to dispose of it properly, and I do have all of the agreements and paperwork here. So, I guess I will have to investigate whether it is just some rogues or whether it is the entirety of the guild. That is going to take a gentle touch.
Tell him what happened. Tell him what it did. Tell him what it did. And the Stuart.
Oh.
Tell him what it did.
Yeah, have you heard about the Red Berry Blight?
Yes, a little. A little. It doesn't really cross our desk. It's
Well, it might start to, you know, because they're these little creatures and they look like berries, and then they kill and eat things, and well,
Call the
it's
killer,
kind
didn't they? Call the killer.
it's kind of your thing that's done it.
well,
Kinda.
not our
Well,
thing.
again, I don't think
I mean,
I mean, we found all these
Okay.
barrels with your logo and with
Yeah.
like
Cayxl.
smashed down there, smashed, and there were these things feeding off
Cayxl,
it, like they
deep
were
breath.
poison, and they were the same color as it, and it was just like, oh,
Yeah. So
Cayxl, slow down.
I mean, I will have
Deep breath.
to take legal representation here, but as far as I am aware, when it leaves here, if it's collected by the Bone Grubbers Guild, it technically becomes their thing then.
put their mark on it then, shouldn't they?
Yeah, you know, once they've collected it, we do not have responsibility. I'm not trying to pass.
Mr. Topper,
Yes,
you need to help the people that this hurt.
I'm trying to at the moment. I'm trying to work out what is the best way forward, and I think the best way forward is we examine the words that you've said and we get to the bottom of it. What do you know? This was being delivered where? Where was it being disposed of?
I want to promise first, Mr. Topper. You'll help the people that this hurt.
He's big on his promises.
Yeah, what I will promise you is if we get to the bottom of this, whoever is responsible for it will indeed ensure that those that have been hurt by it are helped. How does that sound?
Well, you can help them. You're a big fancy guild. You got lots of money. You can help them.
Yes, but
This is
if
what
it's
we
not
came here to
if it's
do.
not my fault or the guild's fault, why
But it's
would
the
we?
right thing.
Well, I mean, there are many guilds here. I mean, pop across to the clock tower and speak to the horologists and tell them the same.
But it's not their waste.
Well, it's
It's
not
your waste.
it's not our waste anymore. It's the Bone Grubbers Guild waste.
I would like to channel divinity, please.
All right, let's get initiative then.
Wow.
Okay, no, this is very cool. What
So,
flavour of
one of-
channel?
I am an emissary of peace. I can use my channel divinity to augment my presence with divine power, and as a bonus action, I can grant myself a +5 to charisma persuasion for the next 10 minutes.
Ooh, very nice. So I guess what you want to do is do some kind of persuasion roll.
I would quite like to make a persuasion roll. Yes.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say this, and he's not. I mean, as much as you might think he's trying to be obstructive, he's genuinely not. So I'm going to give you advantage on this roll. So yeah, so not only have you got your bonus to it, you have advantage on this
Okay.
roll, which is a good job really, because dropping
Yeah.
that natural one could have been
Yep.
disastrous. He kind of says, you know what, I mean, you are right. I mean, if legally we are not responsible, um, uh, it has caused harm somehow. So I like you all, especially you. How about we help each other out? How about I've got a good feeling about you. I trust you. How about we look into this deeper? And whilst you're looking into it deeper, I'll ensure that people that have directly suffered from this Red Berry Blight receive at least some form of help or time in Angel Heart Hospital or compensation, whatever it takes, really. But in all honesty, we're not responsible for this. There are people out there that have caused this to happen, and even if they don't do it with our stuff, they might cause harm elsewhere with the other guilds as well. So I'd like to offer you um, a job paid to get to the bottom of this. Find out who it's behind it. I'll reward you as well as the others. If your heart is really in it, you should think hard about that.
Alice has got a big grin on his face, and he looks at everyone else.
I'm so in.
Joy nods.
I knew you were a good man, Mr. Tupper. Baccan, are you in?
Yeah, aye. Can we also get some free hats as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you are to, and perhaps it's not best to say that you are representing the Hatters Guild at the moment, because your investigations might take you where we don't want to be associated. But hats, absolutely. It keeps the acid rain off as well. So we can sort that out. So, I mean, have you got any leads other than the Bone Grubbers Guild? Anything that you wish to share with me, or anything you think I could be further help with?
Does the name Herbert East mean anything to you?
He just basically goes pale when you say that name. It's really obvious no insight rolls. East!
Yeah.
Yes!
What do you know about him?
He's a terrible, terrible man.
Hey?
I mean,
What did he
he was removed from the Upholsterers Guild, and he came to us to get employ. And admittedly, he is some kind of genius, but he hates hats. I mean, he can't be a hatter if he doesn't like hats. What kind of nonsense is that?
So, what was he doing here if he didn't like hats?
Well, we don't just make hats.
Or was he making Zap?
Well, Zap is almost a sideline to what we do. We we do various concoctions, as it were. We have learnt our skills of alchemy from the hat making process. But to be serious about alchemy, you have to be doubly serious about hats.
Oh, of course.
April very pointedly straightens her beanie.
So he lasted only 2 weeks, and that was not long ago, a month if that. No idea what happened to him since, but was he the one receiving the toxic waste?
Yeah, I was going to his little workshop.
Well, at least we know that that's where he uncovered the information of how to get it. He must have seen the collections from the Bone Grubbers Guild and contacted them directly. Interesting. Now, where is he? Let us. We can deal with this really fast. Where is this east?
That's kind of a problem. He looks like someone may have, come for him, taken him somewhere.
So it sounds like you're going to earn some coin then. If we find east, then we will stop this madness. Whatever he's trying to do is, I heard some quite unsavoury reasons why he was removed from the Upholsterers Guild, all second hand, and it's probably best that maybe if you've got time to head across there, it's not far, still in the Splendour, and speak to one of the guild members there. I'll write you a letter of introduction, because that will just smooth the way, I guess, from one guild person to another. See what you can find out about him. Beyond that, I can't suggest anything else other than maybe return to the scene of the crime, as it were, and see what you can find out from there. I don't know, maybe some of you have divining magics or whatever. But we need to talk about your fee. What would you say is reasonable for seeking out this despicable, hat-hating man?
What were your going rate on a week for a week, Cayxl, around here? When you're in shop.
I mean, this could be dangerous work. I mean, we have to factor that in. It's not just a case of you working in a shop or a workshop or a. This is dangerous work. This is the work of an adventuring company.
Cayxl worked in Cog Street, so it's not really comparable to the rate someone might earn in the Splendor. Also, she's hanging off her chair looking at this poster right now, trying to tell what year it's from.
Almighty voice in our heads. What might be a good going rate?
I mean, it depends on the bounty, really. This would be more akin of like a bounty, dead or alive, brought to justice kind of thing. He's a scientist, not particularly dangerous. Such things would probably.
Blew me up.
You might be able to push anywhere between 250 cogs to 500. That's in total, so that would be split amongst all of you, depending. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Talito's like, I have no idea. Yeah, I haven't done this before. I got caravans. Do you want to just give us some money? I don't know.
Look, I like you. I like the fact that you've come straight to here. You've not mentioned it to anybody else, and you have good in your hearts. So I'll say a straight 500 cogs to be split amongst you, however you see fit. And no doubt you'll need some kind of um, sort of expenses money, as it were. How does that sound?
I can tell my mum that I work for the Hatters.
Well, yeah, I mean, as long as we are perhaps a little subtle about exactly what you're doing at the moment, but yes, we can look at future contracts should you wish.
That's a lot of cogs. Thank
I'll do
you.
it. Yes.
He kind of writes down on another note and passes it across. He just holds it out for someone to take. And it's a promissory note to be taken down to a notary, one of the banks in the Splendor. There are so many banks in the Splendor, and they will honour that, and they will give you 250 gold to be split amongst you all. So I'm just going to do that now. There you go. So you get.
Just our walking around money, is it?
Sorry?
That's just our walking around money. That
It's
200.
half up front, basically, he says.
Oh.
I offer my hand to shake.
Oh, he most definitely sort of leaps off. He leaps off his chair actually onto the table. This is halfling-sized kind of furniture, and obviously his hat makes him about almost as tall as you. And he kind of takes your hand and shakes it. It's been a genuine pleasure, and it's not all about the money. If you do a really good job here, I'm sure there's other things we can find you to do, and there might be one or two samples. You never know. We're always looking for people to field chest some of our more magnificent creations.
So
Thank
when the hand comes to Cayxl, she'll put her last can of blue in it and go, "Could you sign this for me?"
It would be a pleasure. He takes out a pen and
Sorry, I had a yellow, but I drank it this morning. It would have been so much better to have the
Oh,
yellow.
I thought we discontinued those. We
Yeah, you did, but you know, for the biggest fans among us, yeah, we know.
right. I have heard there's a little bit of a black market for those.
Why did you discontinue it?
Production problems. Production problems. You know, we like to, as Talita says here, look after people. People seem to enjoy it a little too much.
Well, it's not addictive or anything, is it?
This is very deliberately not listening as much as just reminded what's in it.
And then there was the skin coloration, but it's fine. It's not a problem anymore. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Go collect your money and let us bring this cad of a man, this Herbert East, to justice. Whatever he was attempting to do. And I think that is the perfect place to take a very quick break. Thank you very much, players, and thank you very much in chat. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm not going to kill the stream, so feel free to hang around in chat, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you all very soon. Hello, and we are back. Hopefully, all the tech is still working. Yeah, my webcam is still doing it. Hopefully, audio is working. Thank you very much for hanging out in chat. Really appreciate you staying with us. We're just waiting for Cayxl to reconnect. She's got some tech problems going on. Hope you all enjoyed the first half. I'm going to make another sort of announcement or two whilst we are awaiting the reconnections and the like. So I've been thinking hard and fast. Oh, you can believe that I've mentioned. Oh, there you go. I froze, but now I'm not frozen because I can see myself at the moment. Oh dear, technology, it's great, isn't it? Yeah, so I've been thinking hard and long about Twitch subscription perks, and one of the things that I think I'm going to roll out for this game only first, and then potentially roll out in the rest of the Untold Chronicles, is if you've subscribed, you can have sort of one free um, boon or bonus that you can throw out to the players or the GMs, a bit like we did with our charity game, in effect. As long as you are a subscriber at the time the game's being played, you can do that. We might look at also increasing the fact that you can donate the channel to give some donations as well, but that's a long-term thing. But I kind of want to say a big thank you to everybody that's supporting the stream at the moment and subscribing. So in effect, it will, because hopefully Masked is a fortnightly game. With a monthly subscription, you'll get 2 free. I want them to have advantage, or I want this to happen, kind of things. I'm always keen on the idea of trying to involve chat in the game, not as a way to sort of monetize it very much, but as a way for people to feel sort of interactive. If it works with Masked, then we might roll it out to the other rest of the Untold Chronicles, the ones that we do at 10:30 onwards as well. So yeah, that's a little bit of a heads up. Shout out in chat if you think that's a good idea. Yeah, you can boon for me, etc., etc. I'm going to work on the fine details. We've got 2 weeks to do it, but let us know in chat if you think that's a good thing or a bad thing. If you want to have a say or sway in the way that the dice are being rolled, etc., etc. Well, with that donation done, not donation, with that announcement done, I'm very clued up here. I can see that Cayxl is back with us, certainly in Fancy Ground. So, without further ado, we head back just as Topper is thanking and saying farewell to our adventuring company of sorts for the moment. They've been given half of their payment up front, and it's going to be interesting to see where they go now and what they can uncover. Over to you. You are kind of walked out of the guild by Topper. He doesn't just leave you at the door. He kind of is. He seems to be well pleased with everything that you've done. Sorry, if you want to go back and do something before you leave, you can certainly have conversations.
He gave me a note to redeem for some samples. I need to swing by reception and pick them up.
Yeah, he said, oh, sorry. Yeah, please do. And you do that. You get an extra 6 bottles. You get 6 cans of Zap. Colours of your choice.
Of my choice, out of currently.
Yeah,
commercially
unfortunately,
available, obviously.
yellow's not allowed to be sold at the moment. So
Yeah, go. Oh dear. Oh, will they make it up like in a little like gift basket?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I mean,
dear, if Instagram was a thing.
It kind of is. There's all sorts of sending magics and illusionary magics to do such things. So if you
Skilled artificer to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it.
You can certainly make a little recording device as well to record your image, so you can show people that you can probably sort of move across to other people's recording devices.
What an excellent idea. That's really going to take off, I think.
Yeah,
All right, I'm going to have 4 pink, 1 purple, and 1 blue.
perfect. And it's just handed across to you. These are promotional cans as well, so there's
Oh my
even a
God.
chance.
No, wait. If they're promotional cans, I want one of each colour currently available, so I have them all from a collection.
And I love the fact that you probably have put your orders in, you were given them, then you looked and saw that, then you started. No,
Wait, I'm going to need a green.
the person behind the counter smiles sweetly at you. Is really excited about it as well. Her name is Bonnet, and she is more than happy to take things back and make sure you get the right coordinations.
Oh, thanks, I appreciate you, hon.
She smiles back. Pleasure. I like the pink as well. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll have one of each and an extra pink.
That is done for you. That is done for you. Okay. Any other things that you needed, or are you heading out now for your investigations?
Do we get our free hats now, or when we bring him in?
Yeah, or is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. As you kind of go out, and there's a whole hat racks and sort of spinners. He says at the moment, obviously, it takes time to craft a hat. Take one off the peg at the moment, and depending on how well you do, I'm fairly confident we'll be able to make a bespoke hat for each of you on your return. Like I say, I really appreciate your candor coming to me with this. So he oversees Trilby, kind of shows you an array, and there are all sorts of hats. In my pre-prep, there are toppers, there are akubras, there's berets, there's boonies, there's bowlers, busbies, even dunce caps, fedoras, fezzes, miters, mortarboards, pork pie hats, shakos, sombreros, stetsons, trilbies, bonnets, turbans, many different types of hat.
That is good research going on there, Andy. Nice work.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Are there any top hats knocking around?
Absolutely, very, very popular, and you're going to look splendid, Baccan, in a top hat. A topper who's wearing, obviously, the biggest top hat that has ever been constructed, says, "Very good choice. I see you are a man of great style."
Of course. Thank you. Very stylish. Thank you very much.
Clay is quite taken by the new ones that have come in recently. These Stetson ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta grab one of them.
Yeah, I like to point out that the design has come from the new frontier. They've been handcrafted, obviously, here in the Hatters Guild. Cayxl, are you happy with the beanie hat that you've got, or did you want something else as well?
I'm kind of attached to my beanie.
Yeah, he's not forcing you to take things.
Do they have any beanies with Zap written on the side?
Oh, they've obviously, that is marketing and a half, branding. There are Zap beanies. You don't have to.
You know what? I'm good. I'm good with my good old beanie. Thank you.
I mean, you've got to take it for the collection, right?
Yeah, you don't have to. Again, he's not kind of trying to. It's not a mind control thing here. It's like, yeah, have a hat if you want one, sort of thing.
Look. One needs to curate the collection. I exclusively create. I exclusively collect the product itself. No peripherals, no promo, nothing like that. I can't afford it. Okay, I definitely can't afford it now.
You don't want another beanie on top of your beanie, though.
Dude, just drop it.
Can Artie have your hat then, please?
Well, Topper bends down to Artemis and bows again and says, of course, this fine, whatever it is, can have a hat.
Whatever it is.
He means that out of great respect. I mean, it could be like some kind of powerful Fey lord or something. So he's certainly not being sarcastic. He's just,
Just hanging around with us.
yeah.
Do we know what he is?
Probably like have you got like a like an admiral's hat or something like that you can?
Yeah,
Oh
we've got
my.
bicorns and tricorns.
Yeah, one of those, please.
Okay. So that's kind of Artemis just gives you a look.
You'll like it, Artemis. It'll make you look distinguished. We're going to a party later, and we need to look dapper.
Where's this
Kinda.
party happening you keep going on about?
We've got one in a few days. We've got one tonight.
Where?
Well, you'll see later after we've done all
Look,
this
I
other
don't like surprises.
business. It'll be alright. Like I said, we've got
Unless
smart
they
enough.
involve buying me things.
So yeah, top hat for me, admiral hat for Artemis here. We'll look belle of the balls.
Yeah, it kind of gets this. And do you think it needs a strap, perhaps?
Probably, because otherwise it's going to fall over, isn't it?
Well, I mean, when you come back, we could take a of the head and make it so it wouldn't. But at the moment, yes, I think a strap would probably be for the best.
That's lovely. Thank you.
He gives it to you to put on. He's not going to put it on himself.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll just crouch down.
Yeah.
Just,
Doesn't want to cram an admiral's hat onto the head of a giant panther as a halfling.
Howard.
You have to reach up.
Yes. But as we know, Artemis is better than the rest of you in terms of skills and powers, and could probably kill you all. So yeah,
Bullshit.
I'm talking about
I've seen him do out. Yeah.
intelligence and wisdom and everything else. So yeah, so you put the hat on, and Artemis is fine with it. Kind of sort of walks around in a kind of commanding
Really?
manner.
Like, oh, I'm different.
Sort of rises up a little bit and sort of pads around with an air of importance.
He's like, mate, if only your jungle friends could see you now.
exactly. You look lovely, mate.
Could I have the smallest hat you have, please?
Oh my god.
Well,
Like the smallest, like tiny.
yes. I mean, this is a challenge to you, really, because there is the smallest hat that we make, as in a hat whose very natural design is small, but we also do a collection of miniature hats, which are the range of hats, but in miniature size. So it depends what you mean.
I'm not gonna put it on my head. I'm gonna just.
Where are you gonna put it?
Well,
I'll tell you where he's gonna put it.
I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna keep it. You know, I have lots of little things that I.
On his warhammer.
That's absolutely okay. You want it for a collection? That's why we have the range of miniature hats. I mean, I'm rather a fan of this from the southern frontier states. It's a sombrero. It's wide rim to keep the sun off. But in its miniaturized state, it's like a little saucer.
I like it. Yes, I have that one.
There you go. He kind of passes it to you, and it's like about an inch. But the detail on it is really good. You're not entirely sure whether they've made it small or literally made it small, i.e. shrunk it down from a large size.
So I immediately attach it to part of my chainmail.
Yep.
So that it just kind of hangs like a little, almost like a little medallion or a little
Yeah.
medal.
Perfect. And it is. This is why I love D&D. I did not anticipate any of this happening tonight.
Say it again. You guys are so weird.
No, it works and it looks cool. You've got a little miniature sombrero attached to your chainmail, like a medal.
Added that to your inventory. Don't forget you got that. Might come in useful.
Yeah, it's almost like a little nipple that has fallen off.
Wow.
Just because it's shaped like a sombrero, which is
Yep.
kind of like that. Anyway,
Now I know why this episode's called Tit for Tat.
I knew you were going to a Hatters Guild. Tit for tat. Tit for is, you know,
No,
Cockney. It's Yorkshire rhyming slang for hat.
You're right.
Tit for hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Tit for tat is rhyming slang for hat.
I know that.
Good. I think about these things.
In Yorkshire rhyming.
Well, because like pre-stream we had a conversation that is canon that Cockney does not exist in the.
Seriously, I'm halfway through a corporate work course on cultural identity. This is me right now. As I piece together my own mosaic identity right now.
Anyway, cutscene, because I want you out of the Hatters Guild. You have all of your
One day.
things.
Dragging my backpack, which is clunk.
Yeah. And you are, well, about to do your search or investigations. I don't want to spoon feed you. If you can remember any of the
Oh, hell
plot
yeah.
from previous things, what are you going to do?
Let's find out why the guy got fired.
Okay.
Upholsterers.
So this is relatively straightforward. It's no surprise. You as players might not know what the Upholsterers Guild is, but you as characters most definitely would do. The Upholsterers Guild are the guild of doctors, nurses, because they literally put the stuffing back into you. Their Guildhouse is at Angel Heart Hospital, which is well within the Splendor. You've been given a note from Topper, and it's basically addressed to one of two people. It's addressed to either Dr. Socrates Scalpel, who you probably maybe or maybe not would be aware is the guild head, or matron Jessica Goodfellow. He seems to think that either of these two should be able to help you, and it just depends who's on shift if they're busy. Obviously, it being a working hospital and kind of university hospital, they are very, very busy with things that are life and death. So you don't need to get onto the rat run. You can easily sort of walk, or if you do like the rat run and you've got your day ticket, you can literally go down, go along one stop and come back up again.
Worth doing, really. You spend all that time waiting for a carriage.
Yeah, I know, but you've spent the money, so
But time is more important than money.
Yeah,
indeed.
it's not that far to walk.
And I like walking. It's nice.
Plus, it's nice to be in an area of the city where there's less, I'm going to say it, less toxic in the air.
Yeah. I'll just remove that encounter on the rat run then. So you arrive. I'm only joking, or am I? You arrive at Angel Heart Hospital. It's leading institution for healing and research into medical science. It's a gorgeous building, old, stately, very expensive. You make your way into where you are received, and there is a receptionist there, dressed in a very clean and starched uniform of white and blue. half elf. She smiles. Greetings, welcome to Angel Heart Hospital. Are you here to see someone or to get some help?
We're here to see Dr. Socrates' scalpel, if he's around, or if not, the matron.
We have a note.
Also, Talita needs some help with his warhammer.
I mean, I would have thought that's more Clay's, area.
Oh my! Okay.
Mine's fine, it's glowing.
Yes, I'm busy, but you said you had a note.
Mhm.
Oh, yes, here. Pass it over.
Should go to opens it. Oh, yes. Right. I'm afraid she kind of looks down at a couple of ledgers. The doctor is, I'm afraid, out on calls, but as this seems to be of highest importance, I can certainly get some time with Matron Goodfellow. If you'd like to follow me, and she guides you through these corridors. You can see there's all sorts of rooms to the side where various kind of either wards or some kind of sort of examination rooms are going on. Nothing looks sort of untoward. The air, though, has a very strange smell to it. It's sterile. You can smell. It smells not just clean, but chemically clean, which I guess is a good thing. It is, though, as you pass an area that. Can you give me a perception roll, Talita?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cutting directly through this chemical cleanness. You smell it. Blood. And, I mean, if you thought that other blood smelt and tasted nice, this takes it to the next level. This blood that you just catch cutting through the horrible chemically smell is like nectar of the gods, and your stomach begins to crave it.
Do I know it's the smell of blood?
Oh yes,
Okay.
yes. You kind of. It's like what you had this morning, but this is much better.
Salivate slightly.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's
I try to hide that I'm growling.
Okay, well, give us a deception roll then. Let's see. Other people can either use their passive perceptions.
I think passive will work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Describe to us. You're trying to hide this feeling, but it's fairly obvious that something is up. Not necessarily what it is.
It's a very physical reaction. It's a growl, kind of rumbling from Talita's chest, and a kind of slight flaring of the nostrils, and a little wideness around the eyes.
Okay, so you all notice that, so you can make of it what you will. Really, none of you can smell this at all.
Talita, you all right?
Fine.
You sure?
Yes. Yes. Yes,
I
fine.
heard your stomach rumbling. You're not hungry, are you?
Yes, hungry.
Right.
I've probably got a bit more meat if you want some meat, pal, just in my bag.
But you've just been carrying that meat in your bag. Oh,
Well, what the remains of what me and Artemis didn't have for breakfast, it's just in the bag.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Sure.
No. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Should we find this bloke then?
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of looks as you kind of all stop. Are you coming? It's not far
Oh,
now.
yeah. Yeah, we're going.
And you are taken into quite a large ward area. And this is quite interesting. The people in here, this is the Pauper Ward. So this is where people have not paid for their health, their treatment, and it is still clean. There's still that surgical cleanliness here, but it is packed. It is full with people all coughing and spluttering and moving her way around in a very matronly way is this individual. She's fairly tall, a good sort of 6 foot, quite thin with sharp features. She has a stiff white collar, but she's clad more or less in beautiful sort of purples of different shades. Her dress goes right down to the floor, and she has a pair of spectacles on, her sharp pointed nose, looking human, although there might be some Fey ancestry there. The receptionist calls out, Matron Goodfellow, these people have, you best come. It is a letter from another guild member. She shouts at one of the children that are being naughty, and they suddenly just go quiet and slink back. She shouted at them, though, without even looking at them. It's almost like she had a sixth sense that they were about to do something naughty. As she moves across the floor, it's almost like she floats rather than walks, with her dress kind of right down, not revealing her feet at all. Good day.
Good day.
Is it of a private or intimate matter, or can we talk here?
Outside, maybe, would be.
Yeah, don't want to get your warhammer out in front of everyone.
It is often the way sometimes, but I am a medical person. Do not worry. Let us go to my my office. It's not far.
So where Talita would probably normally kind of laugh at that,
Mhm.
kind of just looks at Cayxl.
Oh, you got that one, did you?
You
Yeah,
guys you guys all right?
Fine.
All right, big man.
I'm trying to speak weird.
Oh, it's weird day for all of us, isn't it? Let's take this conversation a bit private, eh?
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Okay. She doesn't take you far. It's out of this ward and to the right, and it's not so much as an office, more of a sort of workstation that is in the heart, the hub of this very busy hospital. She takes you in there, and the door's closed, and she sits down. Please take a seat. I mean, we have certain arrangements with the Hatters Guild.
Give her the note.
Yeah, I think you've been shown the note. She looks at it. So, you're working on behalf of Mr. Topper, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how may I assist you?
We're looking to find out some more about this bloke. What's his name? East?
You only have to say his last name. She recognises it. Her eyes stare at you for a moment. They almost pierce your soul.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's kind of that deathly matron stare. That
Might be my mum.
yeah, it seems to, like, even if you haven't done anything wrong, it's kind of looking at you as if she
I'm
can
immediately
tell.
I'm thinking of everything that
Yeah.
I've done wrong in the last couple of days.
And I mean, surely she can't just detect it or read your minds, but it's all across your face. Mr. East, Dr. East, as he liked to be called. Yes, he most definitely is a menace, and I do not even understand why Mr. Topper decided to employ him. I understand that he is of a level of intelligence that one might even call him a genius. But even so, we caught him. We caught him trying to steal body parts.
Is everybody weird here? Jeez.
And
What
that
is-
was obviously instant dismissal.
What was he stealing them for?
I wished I knew, or perhaps maybe I don't want to know. The point was, he was um, probably some kind of experimentation.
Hang on. You said he liked to use the title doctor.
Yes.
Was he actually a doctor?
Well, she kind of goes down, opens up a cabinet, and brings out a file. If
Whilst she's got
his
her back on, Cayxl's like trying to flash a bunch of meaningful looks across at Clay and Baccan.
okay, meaningful looks.
Doctor. The warehouse arrangement with the bodies are.
You are caught out as you're kind of doing that. She's a lot faster than you actually had
I'm
anticipated.
trying to convey that with my eyes.
Yeah, and
I don't think that we would pick up on it if it was just your eyes. It'd have to be more.
and the interesting thing is that before you realise she's staring at you, you feel her eyes upon you first, and then you realise that you are trying to convey this information, and she's staring at you, and then you
Stop then. Obviously.
stop. Do you want to turn and face her, or are you
Oh, I'm not turned away. It's just like like sideways glances. Sort of
okay?
like you
Now,
know, it's not like I'm facing the opposite direction.
this is why we really should have video, because sometimes like this, it would be amazing to see the paces that you're
I'm
probably
doing
pulling
it.
at the moment.
I'm doing it to myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
She says, right, his file. This is confidential, but due to the seriousness of the note that has been presented to me and the fact that you are working on behalf, I do not see that this is beyond the reach of my duties. And she passes the file across to you. If his recommendations and his paperwork is not forged, then it says that he was a skilled doctor, and he most definitely was a medical man. He was very good at what he did. As I say, a beautiful mind, really.
Well,
Up to the
what was
point.
it that he did?
Well, he was a surgeon. But we believe, especially with him trying to abscond with various body parts, that he had a hobby of sorts. Exactly what he was trying to do with them. We came up, we believe he is trying to create some kind of life beyond death, some kind of automaton or golem maybe.
Freak of nature.
We had conversations, and between you and me, he believed that it was possible to create something, a legendary thing, something that falls out of even the tales of myths and legends. You're all aware of the Philosopher's Stone, are you?
No.
No.
Are we?
Well, your Hatter friends are led to believe that there is an item that they are ever searching to find or create, entitled the Philosopher's Stone. This item allows base metals to be magically transmuted into gold. It seems that this doctor...
Cayxl starts doing the eyes again before she can stop herself.
Okay. Have you got something in your... Do you need a tissue? And she kind of pulls from her sleeve
Yeah, it's a disinfectant in the air. It's just it's a stinging, and I've got sensitive eyes. So I'm good.
Okay. She still pulls out this starched handkerchief and offers it to you. I mean, obviously you can refuse it.
No, I'll take it. I'm not gonna be weird like these guys.
And she says, it seems that Dr. East believed that there are, or is the potential for different types of items to do transmutations, and the one that he was most interested in was something that he called the Lusus Natiri.
Cayxl chokes on her own spit.
Are you sure you don't need my...
She's been drinking Zap. You know what that's
What?
sort of
She... do not drink that! Do not drink that!
What is the Lusus Natiri?
Sorry. Sorry. The Lusus Natiri is like the Philosopher's Stone. Supposedly, if one was to create it, you could, by sheer will alone, fleshcraft. You could change the nature of bone and flesh into whatever you willed it into.
People. You could change people, animals, anything.
Yes, just in the way that the Philosopher's Stone contains base metal into gold. Supposedly this could change the base person into some kind of super being.
from the notes we found at his warehouse. Looked like he was fairly close to something like that. He mentioned about being
What?
close to it.
Wait.
What? You know what? What?
Clay looks over at Kay. Maybe we weren't meant to mention that.
I don't have modify memory yet.
Do you say this out aloud?
No, I don't say that out loud now.
We must stop him.
Ah,
He could hurt so many people.
I mean,
Talita stands up.
yeah. She says, "Take this warning. It can be used for ill as well as good, supposedly. It can make people worse, degenerate them. But these things are a fool's errand. These items are so powerful and beyond reach of mortal. They often work in half ways. They often backfire. These are not items for mortals to play with. He must be stopped.
He will be stopped.
What sort of ways can they backfire? Sorry, like what?
Well, there are tales that those that tried to make the standard Philosopher's Stone turned themselves into stone, or anything that they touched turned into gold. With this one, no doubt, it's just it's very much of a case of be wary what you wish for it could even affect the creator. And if you give people gifts or powers, how will they use them?
Okay. Well, like the big man said here, he definitely needs to be stopped, doesn't he? So.
Well, with that we agree. She reaches into her drawer again and brings out a small bottle. It's full of small round pills. She passes them across to you.
Oh no, not on a work day.
What?
What?
I think you are suffering from some kind of allergy. I suggest you take 2 of these a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, with food. And Zap is not food.
Oh, you got that right. It's the elixir of the gods.
You can only help some people.
While we're here, thanks, love. While we're here,
I am
Clay.
not your love.
All right. Clay, do you want to ask about your Dusty situation?
It's not that important. I just can't drink water at the moment, so it's nothing.
Sounds really interesting to me, as it probably would to a medical professional, eh?
Coming from the person who's letting off sparks left, right, and centre every now and then.
Dude, do you not know what static is?
It's not what you've got.
I'm a spark, I am.
Yeah, something.
Anyway, Clay keeps coughing up dust and he can't drink water. Discuss.
Well, that sounds terrible. Are you feeling ill?
I'm feeling fine, but a bit thirsty, but, not drank for a few days.
A few days you need to drink. You need to stay hydrated.
I tried drinking some water and it didn't agree with me. And I'm going to drink Zap.
Show her. It's really alarming when it happens. And it keeps pestering me for Zap. I don't like that.
All right, you got some water?
We're wasting time.
If you're not ill, then feel free to book yourself in. I'm not here to waste my time with ifs and buts.
It's a curse. We know it's a curse.
Well, if it is a curse, then there is little I can do.
Well,
but if you want a consultation, feel free to book yourself in. And
I think we've got more important things to worry about at the moment.
All right, then dry up. I don't give a shit.
Such language.
Oh, come on. You work with people here on their deathbeds. You must have heard worse.
Yes, and I wash their mouth out with soap too. And if, young lady, you carry on being so foul-mouthed, that's
Hey.
exactly what I shall do to you.
I am not a lady.
Well, that is
Definitely not.
most definitely apparent.
Thank you for your time. We should be going.
I think you are indeed correct. And she stands up, walks to the door, opens the door, and indicates for you to all leave.
Talita's the first out.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, let's go. You sure you don't want her to look at your war armor?
He's just marching towards the exit.
Okay, she follows you and then goes back into the Pauper's Ward, and you hear her voice echoing down as she's barking instructions about what people should be doing. Open that window, etc., etc. Okay, you leave. You are still in the Splendor at the moment, on the outside of the Angel Heart Hospital. Where would you like to go now? What are your intentions?
Talita's just
Talita,
panting outside.
you all right there?
Hmm.
You seemed a bit sharp. It's not like you.
Yeah. It's it's nice to be outside.
If you don't like hospitals, or
The smells.
well, a bit of disinfectant in the air. I think there was a couple of times I smelled something I didn't particularly want to, but
Yes, yes. Disinfectant, yes.
you seem to have a
We-
weird reaction to the disinfectant.
Uh,
If that's what it was.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was...
I pass him the pills. One of these, one time in the morning and then in the evening with food.
And remember, Zap's not food.
No, I think we already knew that one, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if we need to go in the hospital again, I'll just wait outside.
Well, I think we've got other places to be for now, haven't we?
Aye. Aye.
Where?
Well, it's a good question. Do we want to go back to the warehouse and just? Has anyone got any brighter ideas?
Could go back, see if we can pick up any tracks, or
That's what I'm thinking.
see if there's any witnesses.
Hazel's gonna pop the tab on her last store-bought can of Zap, her blue. Is it gold?
I'm actually going to roll a dice this time.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Two.
Nope.
we now know you need about 100.
Do you wanna go back to a shop and see get some more Cayxl, or are you all right?
Nah. It's-
Okay.
How about I buy you one?
Oh, you're sweet, buddy, but it's a fool's game trying to win stuff like this.
It's a good job we're a bunch of fools, then.
Oh wow. I hope we don't get known as that.
A bunch of fools. I've had worse names.
I suppose. Go on then. If you can find me a yellow, I'll give you 10 gold.
Wow.
Whoa.
A lot of money.
I'll do it for free, but let's
Oh,
try and
just
find...
try and make it interesting. Oh, okay, so not gold. What do you want? I'll do something for you if you can find me a yellow, just in your travels, in your day-to-day life.
no. A favor. Favor for a favor.
Like a blank check.
Well, no, it doesn't need to be something big, you know.
No,
Little favor.
if I didn't think you were such a goody two-shoes, I would be hesitant to accept that, but I'm going to snap you up on that offer. Put it there.
Yeah, giant mitt clasps your hand.
Nice. Ooh, nice firm grip.
Well, you know,
I
comes
think
with the
you having to heft that warhammer around.
comes with the muscles, you know.
Flexes.
Oh dear, if I were into men, you'd be you'd have a huge problem right now.
So should we go get this stat then, and then have a look at this warehouse?
I like how Zap is now the priority.
Well, there'll be something on the way, won't there? Just another.
Yeah,
on the...
there's a lot of these small street vendors that sort of are around these rat run stations, so it's relatively easy. It's 3 silver. If you're buying it in the Splendor, it is actually 5 silver to buy one. Believe me, everything is more expensive in the Splendor.
Don't I know it?
Are you popping the lid?
I'm still working through the blue at the minute.
Okay, I won't roll the dice, but you can add it to your inventory.
Do we find it? Do we find a yellow if we ask
I
around?
I've lost every other item that I've picked up during the campaign, but I know precisely how many cans of Zap I have.
No, it's difficult to find a yellow, and you kind of asked around, and no one seemed to have any of them at the moment.
It's
Cool.
tricky, isn't it? It is a challenge
Yeah,
Oh,
for an adventuring party.
it
well,
is.
that's like 8 people. None of them have them.
Finding
Really rare.
fabled yellow.
Mm.
Okay.
Come
So
on then, my yellow hunters. Let's get back to the warehouse.
you do indeed. Whilst you're having this journey, do you want to, rather than using facial hints, do you want to discuss with them your suspicions? Because I don't think you verbalized it as yet.
No, I didn't. I tell them.
Okay. What do you tell them?
Oh god, don't make me do it again. I can't get my thoughts out in a row. One thing I don't do either than keep track of all my stuff is keep notes. All right.
It's
so
okay. I mean,
I
go on.
think this guy likes to call himself the doctor, right?
Mhm.
The doctor who likes to steal body parts from a hospital, right?
Yep.
You know there is a doctor dude down there, Slickside, who is paying these people who collect bodies, right, to drop off a bunch of bodies at his warehouse.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm reckoning that's the same dude. See, he wanted to try it like I use air quotes a legitimate way by getting involved with the upholsterers. That didn't pan out. Got given the big heave ho. Went back down Slickside and tried to use less legitimate means to secure his experimentees. And was also using the same illicit channels to get his primary alchemist ingredient, which is that red crap from that came out the hatters behind.
Yep.
He is mushing those things together and smooshing them around.
So far, he's managed to make Red Berry Blight. No
And
matter.
so yeah, he's managed to put 2 and 2 together and make a big shitting mess, really, in that little warehouse of his. So I'm reckoning that's what we've got.
So you reckon that he's actually the quack that's behind the bodies down Slickside?
Oh, that's right, he was the quack, wasn't he? Yeah, I'm
Well,
reckoning that.
I think you're probably right. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it shouldn't, because stuff like this doesn't happen.
Bloody hell.
But I'll say it again. Everyone is weird here.
Yeah. Clay looks straight at Cayxl. Everyone here is
That's
weird.
what I was thinking. Is everyone is weird here, and in the last breath is sort of like swallowed as she downs the last.
Well, it looks like we're going to the warehouse and
Aye.
check out and see if we find anything.
I mean, we have a different objective now, right? Find the dude.
Oh yeah, but he was at the warehouse.
Well, he was once upon a time, but
And
we weren't really looking for clues as to where he ended up.
yeah, that's
We were
true.
more just bumming around looking at stuff. So yeah,
Should we go apply a tighter lens then at warehouse and just
Well,
see if we could find.
Yeah, let's put our detective hats on, so to speak. Let's put our detective tiny sombreros on. Go and see what we can figure out.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me.
Ask the neighbours as well, see if anybody in the area knows anything.
Excellent.
Agreed.
So you come out of the closest rat run station, descend up, and you are kind of in the worst part of the squalor. If I remember rightly, it's kind of down here, I think, close to the river bend or something like that. But it's easy enough to get back to the warehouse. No one really troubles you, and you find yourself initially back inside familiar place. It's only been a day.
It's on that bend, isn't it? Right above Greenstone.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I think I do keep notes, but what I do have is a map that has holes in where I've stuck drawing pins in. Where we've been.
Excellent.
I've got a drawing pin hole there.
I think we went into the
Yeah, I
sewers
think the sewers was
there,
at
and
the
then
bottom.
led up a bit.
I have another option, but I don't suppose it matters.
Someone's moving my line now.
Oh, go on, tell your story.
Yeah,
So
shout at the GM. That's always a good idea.
it's okay. You've been drinking Zap. You've doomed yourself. Okay, so you arrive at the warehouse. You kind of search it again, and nothing else. You were really thorough last time. It doesn't look like it's been touched since. There's no sign of anyone returning to it. You can do thorough sort of searches over a little bit of time, and yeah. But this is the starting point, and everything now with the conversations that you have is clicking in place. You remember speaking to I think his name was Gregory Gory Leby, or Gregory Leby.
Yeah, he was the dude with the wheelbarrow, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And he was the one that was delivering corpses to someone called the Quack. And the reason why you made that, so it's not a massive leap. Quack is also kind of a slick side and squalor name for doctor. So it makes perfect sense like that. It sounds very much like he was continuing his work in this abandoned warehouse. Maybe the supplies or failures that he just chucked down the well. You don't think that had no real sign, especially to you, Cayxl, who's an artificer, had no sign of work there. It was more of a dump. But whoever sort of came here for him and his equipment did a thorough job, leaving behind only a few scant clues. You are aware that the bone grubbers weren't aware of his disappearance, so it's unlikely that they would be any kind of lead. But give me streetwise rolls. Yes, I've asked for a roll that doesn't exist in the game because I like to do it easy. So by this I mean,
Please don't be wisdom. Please don't be wisdom.
tell me what rolls you want to make and make it sound like it's a streetwise roll.
I could give you an investigation roll.
That sounds very good.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'll get on that.
I'm going to roll nature, and just with the intention of sort of, looking at sort of the sort of what's if anything's been disturbed or anything like that around here. But 5 doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you kind of look around, and I mean, certainly your nature doesn't give you anything, and your streetwise, as cool as the name is, doesn't actually do anything for you either. You start probably examining the street, and realise that it's not going to get you very far.
Looking important, yeah.
The 2 investigation rolls, though, are good enough at this level, you'd be pleased to know. And you find something that you kind of missed before. There was obviously some kind of scuffle gone on here, without a doubt. And you find that there is a matchbook, a little book with sort of paper matches in, and it too is kind of branded, and it has the name of a pub, and the pub is the Eel.
Yeah. Do we know of the eel?
Can you give me a history roll, please?
Nope.
Nope.
Do you show this around to everybody?
I mean, who found it?
I think with you both of you rolling 13s, you both found it exactly the same time. You,
Our hands cross over.
yeah, just kind of, what is this?
Talita, look, I'm not interested.
No, this Cayxl is matches.
Yes, I know. I'm having you on, my dear.
Oh, I'm blushing if you can't tell.
Unless you're up for it.
I mean, no, no.
I got you again.
Damn.
Anyway, yeah, matches. The
The eel?
eel
Oh,
No, I don't know it.
sounds like a really upmarket establishment.
Hey guys, you know a place called the Eel that would have matches?
Yes, definitely.
Oh Baccan!
Wow.
yeah.
Who's
I
that?
mean, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure how either of you kind of know. It's up to you how you want to rationalise, but you've both heard of it. It has a reputation. It's not far from here. It is just further up, really. I can draw another line, but it's not gonna do you too much.
I need to know where to put my drawing pin.
Yeah. So, God, this is. I'm gonna have to. Don't draw your drawing pin yet,
It's all right.
because I'm gonna have to zoom in, because we're getting to the point of.
If you can get all of the points in really close position,
Yeah,
all these drawing pins
people
just
to go
put
around.
more holes
Yeah.
in.
So it's there. It's basically you. I mean, with those very good rolls, you know a number of things about it. It's certainly in an area of the squalor, sort of between the squalor and Slickside itself, and it has a bad reputation. It falls in a district of the smoke called Cheapside, and
Say
Cheaps.
what you mean.
Yeah, Cheapside is kind of run by a gang called the Cheapside Sloggers. They control this district. The peelers rarely go into this area. It's almost like no go for them. You don't know a huge amount about the Cheapside Sloggers, but you know the Eel is a public house that's there. And it has a reputation actually for selling the best jellied eels throughout the entirety of the smoke. The eels supposedly even come from the slick, which, doesn't sound particularly too healthy, but
Virtually impossible.
yes. It's also known for having illegal gambling, and I don't mean high-end illegal gambling. I'm talking more sort of fighting and cockfights and even dog fights of sorts, and maybe sometimes even more exotic creatures as well. But as the peelers and basically anybody most people shun the area. In effect, it's a no-go zone. It is highly unlikely that Dr. Herbert East kind of used it as a place to drink at.
Okay. So Baccan will more or less relay that information, but essentially just say, yeah, like it was one of the first sort of pubs that I went into when I arrived here, when I didn't really know much better. Yeah, a bit of a, well, from what I gather now, it's a bit of a dive. Great jellied eels, less great dog fighting. So
Oh,
Yeah.
fighting, wow.
yeah, I literally popped my head in, got sold some jelly eels, which were very nice, and then swung back around. It were a bit sketchy even for me.
I just know to avoid the area. Dangerous around there.
Yeah, well, it's like I say, it was just when I first arrived. Like I've not really popped down there too much since.
So what are we thinking?
I think we go there and ask them if they know where the quack is.
Seems
Okay.
like it's a good lead, doesn't it?
Alrighty.
And see who looks shifty.
Yeah, you might have to keep your eyes peeled because everyone looked shifty when I was last in there. So I suppose the shiftiest, or see if anyone twitches when you mention the word quack.
Right, I'll keep my eyes well and truly peeled then, because I have great perception.
Cool, lovely. Well, should we pop up and have a few jellied eels?
Okay, so you begin to make your way north. It's not a huge distance to travel, but before you can get there, let's have a look. Hello, can people hear me? I just heard
Yep.
something.
Yarp.
Yeah, it's okay. I just need to call this up. That's wrong. Call this up. Come on, technology, do not fail me now. So you are walking. I've got a map for you. I just need to show you this. I'd like to point out that maps don't necessarily mean combat.
No, but the fact that you have to defend it is that way suggests.
So sort of here, I'm going to quickly draw it. Oops. I'll probably need to change the colour of that because I don't think bright. You might not even be able to see that actually.
Yeah, we can see it.
It's a lovely little bright pink. Oh,
Oh, blue! Yes!
Ooh,
Yeah.
fancy.
So there's basically a cage. That's what it is. It's not a manhole cover. And in the cage, if I can call this up. That's better. In the cage is an individual. And there are a number of peelers around. Oops. It will all make sense in a minute when I share this with you. It's okay, my fancy grounds, my computer is about to have some kind of breakdown. So I mean that's fundamentally what you see. There are 4 peelers. I've got this individual in a cage. This is a familiar sight. The peelers have it's like a enhanced version of the iron sphere. So instead of it just binding people, it kind of expands to about a 10-foot sort of cage so they can fit multiple people in. And no doubt they are waiting for the wagon to sort of come and collect this cage now. You can hear their conversations as you are walking by. They seem to be very nervous. they're not quite in Cheapside at the moment, and they seem to be having a conversation amongst themselves that they've managed to apprehend one of the Cheapside sloggers, and a couple of them are going, we should just, we don't want any trouble, we should just let him go. And then the other couple are saying, look, he's out of their area, it gives us a great chance to question him, find out what exactly is going on. They're up to something there, and this is going to be our best lead. The individual inside of there was just laughing at them at the moment. They're saying, you don't know what you're doing. We'll find each and one of you and your families. They won't die quick or easily. Just let me go. I won't say anything about it. And that's kind of the conversation that you walk into. You can ignore it. Sorry?
Do we know what the Cheapside Sloggers are? Did I miss that?
Yeah, Cheapside Sloggers are the gang that run Cheapside. They have made it a no-go area for the peelers. You're just about to enter their territory.
What are we doing here, gang? Are we getting involved?
Well, I've no particular want to get too close to any of the peelers if they're.
Well, why are we even discussing getting involved in?
Well, because we're about to go to a place in their territory. We could maybe get some.
Is a very good point. So what? We're suggesting we dispatch the police?
No, but it sounds like they don't need much help deciding to let him go. And hey, he might not have done anything.
Are you gonna try and convince the police to let go of a slogger?
Gonna try and convince us that you think he hasn't done anything?
Well,
all right, that's a good point. And after what we the sort of looks that we got last time we were down the side of the city, I'm guessing it would be good to have an ally.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
so,
But do we really want to get ourselves further on the bad side of the law?
well, no, I don't want to hurt anyone. We shouldn't.
I'm just talking through it.
No, you are.
No.
You are. You're doing a good job.
No, we don't want to hurt anyone.
Oh, you're right.
We can just have a chat.
You're good at chatting, aren't you, Talita? You're pretty convincing.
People tend to like me.
You can go and have a. I will. You can take Artemis, and I will. See if you can convince him to subdue this peacefully.
Yeah, that seems really non-threatening. Massive orc and panther sauntering towards the situation.
And we stand back and watch. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. You kill.
Well, I mean, you guys can come too.
Yeah, I think we sort of diffuse the situation a little bit, make it a little bit, make your approach a little bit softer. I think we should all go.
All right.
Try and look pretty, boys.
I'll just straighten my top hat a little.
Yeah. Sorry, I will free you up so you can move.
I make sure my sombrero is free.
Yes.
Fully over one nipple.
I'll pull my Stetson down a little bit.
Okay, and as you begin to approach,
Hello.
as you begin to approach them, they look nervously, and that is where we will end it tonight. We'll go straight into this encounter next session. As you are going to negotiate the release of.
Are we?
You can hover over his name. His name is Handsome Hampton, a Cheapside slogger. So you are going to try and negotiate some kind of release, which I'm very much going to look forward to. And the last thing I want to do is rush it. So there we go. So then, I want to say a massive thank you to our cast. Thank you very much, players. Really, really enjoyed it tonight. Lots of role playing, lots of fantastic interaction, and we are slowly but surely learning what some of those curses might be about. I want to say thanks to all of our viewers. Thanks for staying with us. Very much thank you for all the subs and the follows that we've had. And with that mid-stream announcement, next session we'll have a list of subscriber perk things that you can do to affect the game. I think that's going to be really good fun. If you are interested, we'll be streaming again in 30 minutes, again in the smoke as we do episode 3. So please jump back and come and view us. We really appreciate every one of you all. So without further ado, I shall say goodbye now and good night. Hopefully I'll see you in 30 minutes. If not, stay safe till next we meet. Take care, everybody. Big love. Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.